Hello everyone, this is Pilpoh. Welcome back to All the Mods 10 Limited Edition. Now today we're going to crack on with some mechanism, I think. Now if we pop down here, I was going to use this corner over here for my mechanism setup. And today the plan is we're going to get some fissile fuel. So I've always tried to do fissile fuel and fission in the same episode, but I've never managed it so far because I was like explaining how the fissile stuff like happens, right? So this is how I do it, how my brain works. What you do is you bookmark fissile fuel because you want to like aim at that, right? So make sure you bookmark it. Then you look for how you make fissile fuel. So in this case, it's the isotopic centrifuge. I think that's how you say it. I used to say isotropic, but there's no R in there. So I'm going to bookmark that one. And then you put some uranium hexafluoride through that, through the isotopic centrifuge. By the way, waste has been buffed for making plutonium in the isotopic right there. So if we have a look at this, and we go to, I think it's this one. Put some nuclear waste in this and you get yourself some plutonium, which is really, really good. Obviously, we're going to be using it right now for the fissile fuel, but yeah, so that's how you do that one. Next up, we want to see how you make some uranium hexafluoride, which is a chemical infuser. And that is hydrofluoric acid and some uranium oxide. Now, I'm going to have a look what the uranium oxide is and how you make this. So that is a chemical oxidizer. And you use some yellow cake uranium. And to get yellow cake uranium, you use an enrichment chamber. So again, I'm bookmarking that. And you want to put some uranium through. And then if you use backspace in JEI, it will take you back to the recipes that you've just looked at. So in this case, we want to go back to have a look at the hydrofluoric acid. So I'm going to click on that one. And the way that you get that is through a chemical dissolution chamber. Stick some sulfuric acid in there with some fluorite. I might actually put those the other way around, actually, because fluorite is, yeah, we've got fluorite. We can do stuff with fluorite. Now, I will say real quick that there is a way, I think it's in the enrichment chamber. Fluorite dust turns into fluorite. And fluorite dust, if we have a look at fluorite dust, you can get it through the crushing spirit. And I'm pretty sure, by the way, we've got loads of the like actual ore itself because we're getting it from our lasers. But I'm pretty sure that fluorite dust, you get like tons of it. We're going to have a check out, see what the crushing spirits do, but that's probably what we'll end up doing for the fluorite. Anyway, from there, we want to have a look at the sulfuric acid. Now, the way that you get sulfuric acid, you could either chuck a bunch of sulfur through, what's this? The purification chamber, and you get like barely any out of this right here. You don't want to do that. What we want to do instead is the chemical infuser. Otherwise, you'll just run out of sulfur like really, really quick. If you've got a decent amount of sulfur, though, you could probably do it. I'm going to do the water vapor first, and we'll come back to the sulfur trioxide. So water vapor is literally just a rotary condensator with some water. I'm not even going to, I'll tell you what, water. I will bookmark water just because. And then we'll go back to sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid is made using sulfur trioxide and that water vapor. Technically, we could do it like this. Yeah, whatevs. Sulfur trioxide. And by the way, I'm not bookmarking the chemical infuser again, but sulfur trioxide again uses chemical infuser, and that is sulfur dioxide and some oxygen. We'll go over how to get like really decent oxygen and hydrogen in a second. Let's focus on the sulfur dioxide. Now, the sulfur dioxide you can put through like a piece of sulfur through the chemical oxidizer, which we've already got up here. We just want to put sulfur right there. Might do it the other way around like that. And then we can make the oxygen, which also makes us some hydrogen. So I go to, I think it's the electrolytic separator. That's the badger. So electrolytic separator, you get oxygen and hydrogen because it's H2O. So you get double the amount of hydrogen as you do oxygen. Hope that makes sense to everyone. So you put water in and you get 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. Makes sense to me. Lovely. Right, what we're going to do now, before we set anything up down here, we are going to use Super Factory Manager as well, I think, because we love Super Factory Manager, and that way I can release the code again to you guys. I haven't done the code on the rest of them, actually, right now. Like my my Theurgy setup that I've got right here. I probably should. I'll try and tidy up the code. I'll tidy up the code for this, and I'll tidy up the code for this as well. Someone did say over here, we don't need any of the... I can get rid of these inserts. I can literally just have one insert, like that. Barrel, like that. There you go, perfect. Right, so what we need to do is we need to go through, and we need to try and make each one of these. Now, I don't have iron dust, apparently. I should definitely get iron dust as a recipe. So just do that recipe right there. Even though we know it's for the crusher, it's the same recipe, right? So, there's the crushing factory. Chuck that one in. So, if we have a look at this one now, all of them are there. Perfect. So, the electrolytic separator, easy peasy. We've got the rotary condensator. Not as easy, because we do need to make this and this. Okay, let's make the two different tanks right there. Why is that one invisible? Some of them are just invisible for some reason. It's a bit annoying. I'm not sure why that's happened either, but oh well. We do have the chemical tanks already. We don't actually have one for the steel casing. I really like that it does tell you that you've got it in your inventory, though. Like the pattern. That's pretty decent. So we get one of those. The other thing that we don't have right there is refined obsidian, which means we might need to automate an osmium compressor. But that requires some osmium, which is fine. We could do that. Get rid of that right there. That is a processing pattern. Yes, it is. Perfect. Cool. So that one was the chemical dissolution chamber. Then we need the enrichment chamber, which we could do. There's a lot of recipes right here, I will say. We got this one right here, which needs the dynamic tank, which we could do. And it also needs the personal chest. You can do a personal barrel as well if you want, but we just did whatever it told us right there. So that was for the chemical oxidizer. And then we've got the chemical infuser. And finally, we've got the isotopic centrifuge right there. Lovely stuff. What was this one again? This was refined obsidian. Yeah, we need to set that up somewhere. Fine. Let's put this one in here. It's got a load of recipes. Perfect. And then I might as well stick another one over here. What do you think? There we go. And then I'm going to get some osmium. In other words, we've got enough osmium now that I can just like throw a bunch of osmium into this and it'd be all right. And we just need to tell this. So let's get rid of all of the sides right there. Perfect. We're going to say input is going to be extras on the side there. There you go, extras. So that is going up with osmium. Perfect. And then all we need to do is put a crafter, auto crafter. You need a cable as well. Sure. And then I'll just close that one back up. Okay, output to the front. Is that because this thing is pulling? It is. Okay. We just do the same. Fine. Output to the front. There you go. And then this one also needs to input on the top. Perfect. And then the easy recipe... Actually, we've already got it on us. Yeah, there you go. Refined obsidian. We can pop that one in like that. Refined obsidian. Go. I should put all the upgrades in you as well, don't I? I am making a new recipe. I'm actually making 2 papers at the same time called mech upgrades because we might need a couple of these. Upgrade? I think it's called that. Yeah, so we want to do speed upgrade, energy upgrade, and where's the muffler? There it is, muffling upgrade. So the plan is processing. I'm going to put one of those in. We want to put one of those in. We want to put one of those in. And then we want to put one of those in. One on the end there as well. And then all I need to do is change that to 8 set. That one too. 8. Set. And that is our recipe. And I am going to put these back in like that. Come down here. Stick that one in. And can we do mech upgrade? Yeah, there is. So control, click, start. So that will make all of the upgrades and pop it in this barrel for us. Okay, I paused the recording because I thought it'd be a little while, but it literally took like a second. And then the final thing to do is to complete the whole thing. We need to put that one in like that. So it's whitelisted to go back in. So now we can just literally require it or ask it to make us some mech upgrades, and it will. Right, I'm just laying down some of the cable right here for Super Factory Manager. There we go. 64 cables right there. I'm going to put this one maybe in the corner. Now, I'm going to do it from this direction because that's north. We've got north right there. And what I'm going to do, electrolytic separator. Actually, this one is electro. There you go. This one is slightly different because we're actually going to set this one up on its own. There you go. Thank you. So this one I'm just going to set up right here, I think. Yeah. We need a bunch of flux points as well if we can. I'll just use this one for now. Take that one at the back. Now, there is something called a quantum entangler, which is a flipping amazing name, to be fair. Did I spell that right? Why can I not see it? It's probably there, and I'm blind right now. At mechanism. There we go. Quantum entangler. Fantastic name for a device right there. So this thing, I actually might need to go and program this one in as well. I thought I got out, but they pull me right back in with the crafts right there. So do that craft, and then finally do this craft as well. Go down here, and I'll pop it in. This one I've been using for mech. So let's do that one. There you go. So let's make ourselves a quantum entangler porter. Seems a bit weird that we're only making one, but we actually do need to make a few of these. So let's make, I don't know, 10. We are going to name this, actually, I kind of want to do, yeah, I need to do 2 on this, don't I? I forgot about that. Okay, so what I'll do is put it on the left and the right. Fine. Right. So this one, I need it to be oxygen. Actually, I'll make this one hydrogen. Hydrogen. Like that. Tick. And that, I think, is trusted private. Okay, this is just a general frequency. Don't do this on a server because anyone can get access at that point. So let's grab another quantum entangler porter. I'm going to pop it there. Again, get rid of all of it except for the one that we want. There's this button right here. Hold shift and it clears all of them. I mean, we could do that, but it will clear like every single one of them. Yeah, that's fine, I guess, because then we can just turn it on for the ones we want. To be fair, we only want it on the gas one, so that's pretty good. But yeah, this one right here, what we'll do is we'll get ourselves a eternal water block. We could always use a sink for this instead, but the eternal water block is just really good. And as you can see, it's making some oxygen, it's making some hydrogen. Hydrogen is going in over here. This one we haven't named yet, but we're going to call this one Oxygen. Tick. And that one should be going down as well. Yeah, there you go. So now we've got oxygen going in here. We've got hydrogen going into that one. We can actually say dumping excess. Dumping excess. And we can say get us mech upgrades, please. Okay, paper. I'm going to have to type in paper for some reason. So control click. Get some mech upgrades, please. And what I'll have to do is pop up here. You know what we should do? We should probably have it like go to like an ender chest or something, and then we just have an ender bag. So that way we can actually get hold of all of this stuff whenever we're out and about. Sounds like a plan, doesn't it? There you go. So that's going to be super quick now. These should be like skyrocketing up. Same with this one. Yeah, boy. What we like to see. These do have an internal buffer. It's quite a big internal buffer. That's already like 150 buckets, 160, 170 buckets, so on and so on. So yeah, we're just going to let that do its thing for a bit. Struggling on power, it shouldn't be. Why are you struggling on power? Weird. Anyway, it's all good. So now we've got a quantum entangler porter for hydrogen and oxygen. So we can use the oxygen wherever we fancy. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to use the oxygen in our setup right there. See? So I'm going to get rid of that one right there. We don't need hydrogen right now anyway, but let's get rid of all of those things. Next thing is we need to use our sulfur to get sulfur dioxide, which is in a chemical oxidizer. We also know we need it to get yellow cake uranium into uranium oxide. So we're going to actually make 2 of these, not 12, 2 please. Is that going to let us? I wasn't watching. Oh yeah, it's going to let us. Good, good. There we go. I kind of wish that this button stayed where it was, so you could just rapidly like switch between them. Anyway. Chemical oxidizer, and we're going to build it in this direction, aren't we? So chemical oxidizer, you're going to go right there. And the chemical oxidizer, you're going to get some... yeah, you're going to get some sulfur. And then we also need a rotary condensator. Rotary condensator. And I'm going to pop that one right there. So it does rotary condensation. And then we need a bunch of these chemical infusers. Chemical infusers. Let's make, I think it's 3 overall that we need. I'm going to make 3 of those. We need an enrichment chamber and we need an isotropic centrifuge. Enrichment chamber. Now, the enrichment chamber, I will say, it doesn't need to be like, you know, the maximum tier of enrichment chamber. You could just use it like a regular one, if I'm honest. But yeah, so we need one of those. I'm actually going to put this one, I'll put this one like right at the front here because it's kind of on its own. No, I'll put it here. Why not? 1 and 2. And then we need these as well. So 1, 2, 3. Is that all we need right there? I think, am I missing any? We've got the rotary condensator. Ah, chemical dissolution chamber. That's the one we need as well. Chemical dissolution chamber. And that one is for the sulfuric acid. Never mind. Sulfur trioxide? I think it's sulfur trioxide. Now, which one's the one that we need the chemical dissolution chamber for then? Oh, hydrofluoric acid is what we need it for. That one right there. Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. There we go. Right. So that's I'm gonna put that one at the back as well. This looks really weird. Okay, I'm gonna move these. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna move these so 1 there. Nope. 1 there. And 1 there. And then the final one. In fact, we can move these forwards. The final one is the this thing. Isotopic. How do you spell it? Isotopic, not topic. Missing some lead apparently. Okie dokie. We can go get some lead. We actually have lead dust, so I'll pop that one through the thing right here. Oh, that reminds me. Did we get some upgrades? Oh, we did. Nice. So we can go to vibranium here, I believe. Nope. That one. There we go. Do we not get a unobtainium one? That's a bit mean. Okay, we'll do another one then. There we go. Oh, you know why? We didn't pick it up. Oh, I can't be bothered to pick it up right now. I'll do it later. But yeah, we could pick that one up and then we might get another one. So that is the isotopic. There it is. And I'm going to pop that one there. It only takes 9 machines if you don't count the oxygen and hydrogen, which you probably shouldn't because obviously this is a standalone thing. Right, I'm going to create a ultimate energy cube. So that is one of that is the biggest energy cube other than the creative one, obviously. I'm going to pop that there and we are going to get a flux point. And I'm going to put the flux point on this to power it, basically. And, yeah, we want to make sure all of these are output except for the one that's getting input. There you go. Now, the way that Super Factory Manager works Okay, it's empty. That's what we wanted to see. Yeah. The way it works is, with mechanism at least, is it's very sided. So we need to figure out all the sides. Now, what I wanted to do was I wanted to place all of these with us facing north. And if we have a look at, like, the chemical oxidizer at the back here. That's where we had a second chemical oxidizer. Oh, yeah, it's right there. There you go. So we have a look at this one, for example. The default that we've got is to the right. And to the right is east. So all we say is, like, input from the east of the chemical oxidizer in this case, right? So what that means is it will pull from the chemical oxidizer from this side because it's all sided. That's how it all works, right? Cool. Okay. And then we can put in from any of these right here. If we can, I'm going to put in from the top. Do that on all of these. Now, this one obviously needs two things, and I'm pretty sure that Super Factory Manager can handle that. Basically, it requires a one of those basic tanks. It makes too much or something. And anyway, we'll figure that one out as we go, I guess. So I'm going to start off with the chemical oxidizer at the back there. I just got rid of my sulfur, but yeah. We're going to get some sulfur in there. You might have noticed I moved this over one because that way we can get an interface. Interface. Like that. And then I could just use a cable to get it all the way over here. Cables, and should I dig it into the wall? I don't think we need to. I'm just going to use a cable that goes like... There you go. So that is now online, so we can put stuff in here. So I'm just say, get us some sulfur. Did I miss? Why are you offline now? Is it because I shift right clicked you? That's not good, is it? Why did you turn yourself off? Oh, are we out of power or something? That might be it. Can we have a look? No. No, we should be good. I'm not sure why that's happened. It was one of these, wasn't it? Was it this one? No, that's Compact Machine, so it's this one. Pretty sure that's the one that we already had. I don't know why it just failed. Why are you turned off now? Nah, it's all good. Well, we'll just pretend like it is. It's fine for now, and then we'll come back to it later. So I'll do what I normally do, which is we go to the examples, and I do a simple program. And we basically nick the simple program. And we change this one to Pilpoh's Fissile program. With capital P on program, because it makes sense. Right, there we go. And then what we want to do is we want to input from the interface and output to the, what is it? Chemical. I'm just going to say chemical for now. And then we can go get the name of it. What is it? Chemical oxidizer. That's the badger. No idea if that's how you spell it, but chemical oxidizer. Now we also need to tell it, because that one is going to be for sulfur, isn't it? Done? Yeah. And then what I can do is with my label gun, we can do a shift right click on that. Y, shift right click, pull labels from there. What the heck? It says right there, black dye, not chained. Why can we not make the black dye, you weirdo? Red dye? Even the, what, why? Why is these, what flipping heck is going on? Something is gone really weird with these things. I relogged and it seems to have fixed itself a little bit. I wonder if I can do the label gun thing now. Is that, maybe that was what was wrong? I don't know. It's very strange, wasn't it? Anyway, have you got all of the, yeah, you got all of the sulfur now. That's odd. Pulled labels. Why? Why are you not getting rid of these labels? If I go over here and I pull the labels from here, it's fine. Oh, I'm reusing the one that was here. Ah, that makes sense. Okay, right. There we go. And that one's just going to go away for now. Brand new version. Pop that one back in. Done. Now shift right click. There we go. That's what we want to see. So now we've got the chemical oxidizer sulfur. Now this isn't going to work right now. I'm just going to put that out there because, well, we need to put the interface as well. And we push those back in. It's not going to work because, why has it got errors? What? Okay. Apparently we're not allowed to do output sulfur. Oh, mechanism blocks are read only when no sides are specified. Yes. Okay. Well, at least it tells us that. I like that. That's really good. So you are going to do power output wherever. So I'm going to quickly, every 20 ticks. We might have to increase the amount of times we do this, but every 20 ticks, input. Right, whatever. We're going to do that one. Redstone, is there RF? Redstone item movement, redstone known issues, if statements, fluids, inscribers, signals, slots and sides, round robin. There's got to be one for power, surely. Furnace management, fluids and other resources is what we want to look at. Super factory manager, totally not Minecraft, iron ingot. I love it. Forge energy, that's what we're looking for. I think that's going to work if we do that. Get rid of the leaking space right there. So if we do that, and we say done, pull these out of here, and we say cube, pop the cube right there, push it back in. Are you going to work? Errors. I'm pretty sure we don't need to do that. Or is that not what's wrong? Okay. Bottom side. There we go. And it's all good. And that is powered. You can hear it going right now. And there we go. Perfect. Right, there we go. I think I've got all of the bits that I need. As I said, I should definitely put that on a, like, ender chest. Or something like that. Anyway, we pop this over here. Let's mute all of these at least to begin with. And then I'm going to do the power ones first because they're the most important, obviously. We don't run out of power. Although it doesn't matter about power first, does it? Stick that one in, stick that one in. Now, what I will say is a few of these... We're not going to use bees. Oh no, this is going to be really difficult because we're not going to use bees. I usually use bees to get all of my nuclear waste. You can use wasted radioactive bees, but yeah, we're going to have to do this one instead. That's fine. There you go, that's full up now with sulfur dioxide. Perfect. Although I was kind of thinking that the back ones here... No. This front one is going to be for the uranium, isn't it? So, okay, cool. So that one is getting a sulfur dioxide. Rotary condensator. We need some water. Now, you can put water in here, can't you? Water. You can. Oh, you can put loads of... Okay. Okay, 16 is the max that we can do. Okay, so what we can say is interface, put water in there, please. Yeah, that'll do us. Edit. So, input from interface, output. We're going to need fluid, I think. Fluid. Doesn't matter what fluid. 2, and then... I've already forgotten the name of the thing. I'm going to say done. I know that's an invalid program. Rotary condensator. Flipping it. How do I spell that? Door. Cool. That's how you spell it right there. So output 2, rotary condensator. And then probably top side as well, right? There we go. Done. And then that'll just say, you haven't got rotary condensator, mate. You need to put that one down. So rotary condensator. You can shift and use the scroll wheel, by the way. I just didn't right there. So right click that one on there. You should be getting water. Or is it the other way around? Oh, okay. That's a bit of a shame, isn't it? There you go. There you go. That'll do it. Are you going to get water now? No. That way? You getting water? Yeah, there we go. That's what we want to see. Yeah, a bit of water vapor. Good stuff. Right. That is working. Okay. I really need to tidy the code up for this. But if we have a look right here. Oh, I did try. I was trying to put all of my the names of stuff that I've got at the top here. Just commenting them out using double dash. Love it. So this one's obviously doing all the power. This one right here is we are taking the sulfur from the interface and we're putting it in the chemical oxidizer for the sulfur. Taking uranium ingots, putting them in the enrichment chamber. fluorite, putting it in the chemical dissolution chamber, and then taking the water and putting it in the rotary condensator. And then we've got the enrichment chamber, which we're taking from that, which we get the, what is it, yellow cake uranium, putting that in the chemical oxidizer for uranium. We are then taking from the chemical oxidizer for sulfur, because we're already putting the sulfur in right here. And we're putting that in the chemical infuser for sulfur trioxide. We're also putting the oxygen from the quantum entangler porter of oxygen and putting that in the same thing. I did have to say west and east, so we had to use like the different types of sides right there. Same thing with the chemical infuser for sulfuric acid. We're taking it from the trioxide chemical infuser and putting it into the west side of it. West side is the best. And then the rotary condensator we're taking from the west side and putting into the east side of the sulfuric acid. So all of these, yeah, let's just say done. There we go. All of these should be running right now. Now, the only problem is we don't have any more sulfur. There you go. I knew that would be a thing that we would have to do right there. Now, if we pop upstairs, oh, before we go as well, I'm going to start doing this a little bit more, just making sure everything works nicely. Let's just say that. Put the overlay on as well when... Why are these so, like, expensive now? That's not that bad, to be fair. But to be fair, it's not doing anything. It's still waiting on the sulfur. That's not even that bad right there. That's funny. Anyway, right. Let's turn that one off. Turn the overlay off. I'm going to pop upstairs. We might make a new crushing marid. And job done. There we go. So that should now... Although interfaces don't seem like the thing to do in this with refined storage. Interfaces seem to require a lot of US per tick, which is a bit unfortunate. Yeah. Oh, cool. We are fully done when it comes to the vibranium and stuff right now, and all the modium and stuff. That's good. How are we doing on all of our raws right there? Sweet. It looks like we've just got gold and iron basically left to do. Pretty decent, isn't it? Are we getting loads of iron? Iron. Decent. Decent. It's coming in. Nice. So that's going to get us the fluoride, because I know, or fluorite, however you're supposed to say it. I know we were supposed to get like a bunch of that. That is going right there. I was worried that we were actually going to run out of that, but it looks like we're doing all right on that. And the other one is sulfur. Sulfur is going to be, well, start becoming a bit of a pain. As I said, I kind of need to go through this and tidy up the code, but I'll try and tidy up all of my code tonight, and I'll try and post it. It might have already been posted by the time this video comes out, because I do record a couple of videos in advance, especially right now, because it's so hot out in the UK. And as I said, we don't have any aircon. I've got a massive fan next to me that when I turn it on, it's like into the microphone. So yeah, I can't really record and have the fan on at the same time. So yeah, I need to do like a bulk set, because some days I just won't be able to record because it'd be just too hot. So there it is. Right, anyway, I'm going to call it here for today. We got ourselves some fissile fuel. This is going up. It's not the most efficient right now, is it? Because what are you waiting on? You're waiting on sulfuric acid. Yeah, we probably need to get through all of our sulfur. I also need to do something for sulfur. Right, there you go. That looks like it's going to do the thing. That's the reason that I knew there was a tank that we were missing. But yeah, what you do is you get one of these tanks right here. Stick it on the side like that. That's going to output the hydrogen into it. And then you just say dumping excess. So you just have a bit of hydrogen right there. We don't need hydrogen for anything right now, so it's all good. If we needed hydrogen, then we would use the hydrogen out of the entangler porter. Now you can see this is being kept full up because of the electrolytic separator right there. And that is making us just some sulfur. The way that I've done this is I basically got it to pull the water from the interface, pull the oxygen from the quantum entangler porter, pull the coal, which is coming from the interface as well. And then that's going to go in here. And then that is going to make us some sulfur, as you can see. And then the sulfur is going to go and be put back in the interface, which is right here. So there it is. Good stuff. Right, that is now finished. Now, what I will do is, as I said, I'm going to go through and tidy up this code. I think a lot of this stuff we could just put in the same, like, statements. I just did separate statements just for my own sanity, to be fair. But we could always put them all in the same sort of statements and do some, like, forgets and stuff. But, it's all good. This is what I bodged together, so it's all good. And it seems to work, so that's the main thing. As long as it works, eh? Anyway, we did decent today. I think next episode we'll get into making that massive reactor thing that we're going to make. As I said, we'll probably do a 16 by 16, make it all in one chunk. That's one of the things that I do care about, is mechanism multi-blocks. We want to make sure they're all in one chunk. I wouldn't normally care about it in, like, my base and everything because, I don't know, I just don't. So, there it is. Anyway, I'm going to call it there. Thank you for watching. Thanks for joining, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.